Namaste children, this is your Vani ma'am. Welcome to the class. Yes children, in the last class we have discussed about which concept? Yes, I have taken a class about perimeter and area, right? So today in this class, before going to start the class, just look at your clock. What it will show? What your clock will show? See, you will be doing different activities in your daily life, right? How will you get to know that you should do this activity now, you should do that activity later? How you will fix the activities? According to time, right? So this time is for breakfast, this time is for play, right? This time is for lunch, this is the school time, right? Each and everything will fix according to the time. So it's really very important for us to know about time, right? So today in this class we are going to learn about time. So telling time into the exact minute, okay, AM, PM, 24 hours, like in this, all these different concepts we are going to learn in today's class. Then shall we start now? Yes, time. So time is, you know that children, time is flows like a river. We can't stop the time. Have you ever tried to stop the time? No, it flows only forward and it does not come back. So time is very precious and it's a very important factor in our life, and we should use this time properly. We should not waste the time. If you waste the time now, then it won't come back. Okay, so let us study now how to read the time and understand even the 24 hours clock. You know 12 hours clock. Now let us understand the remaining thing. Okay, so this is a what? Clock, right? So this is a 12-hour clock. You can see, right? From this clock you can able to tell the proper time, and the hand which is moving is a minute hand, right? This is a minute hand, and the one more hand will be the hour hand, right? Minute hand, hour hand, and along with that we will be having a second also, right? When the minute hand moves from one mark to the next, it passes 1 minute, right? When the minute hand moves from one place to another place, okay? The hour hand moves around the clock twice in 24 hours, right? That is the hours clock, hand. So the minutes hand moves 24 times around the clock in 24 hours, right? So the complete one rotation, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour and 24 hours in 1 day, right? So 24 times that minute hand will rotate through that clock, okay? It rotates 24 hours and the face of the clock has 12 divisions. Count now. Of course, your clock will also having 12 division, right? So the past hour or the hour, let's see how to calculate. When telling the time, the face of the clock is to be divided into half. Okay, you can see that line. So it has been divided into half, right? See, past the hour, if it is one side, okay, if the minute hand is on the left hand, it is to the hour, okay, to the hour or past the hour we should use. So how to tell the time? Just look at the clock now. See, if it is this side, the minute hand, we should say past. Okay. Right? 5 minutes past 2. Look at this. So the hour hand is near 2 o'clock, right? And the minute hand is near 1. So it is 5 minutes past 2. Now the hour hand is past 7 and the minute hand is on 7. Okay, what is the time now? It is 25 minutes to 8 because the minute is in right hand side. It is 25 minutes to 8, or else we can say 35 minutes past 7. Okay, so the hour hand, as I told you, the hour hand, the clock like it rotates through the clock twice every day, right? The first round of the 24 hours of the morning and next round for the next 24 hours afternoon, right? So it rotates twice. Okay, where like we should write 11 a.m. after the time to show the morning time. Before noon we should write the a.m. Before noon we are going to write a.m. a.m. means ante-meridiem. Okay, ante-meridiem we should write for the morning. That means before afternoon 12 o'clock. Before the afternoon 12 o'clock we have to write it a.m. and we need to write p.m. after that time to show afternoon or evening time. Okay, to show the afternoon or evening time we should write p.m. p.m. stands for post meridiem. Okay, ante-meridiem and post meridiem. Clear? First for the morning and before afternoon we should use a.m. and afternoon and evening we should use p.m. Okay, a.m. and p.m. Okay, so you should know where you have to use a.m. and where you have to use p.m. Clear? So in the same way you will be having 24 hours clock. Okay, so we need to convert 12 hours clock to 24 hours clock. 24 hours clock means we won't be having 24 numbers on our clock, right? Isn't it? So to avoid this confusion between AM and PM, where to use AM, where to use PM, we won't be knowing, right? So to avoid this confusion, we can use this 24 hours clock. To convert the 24 hours clock's time to 12 hours clock to 24 hour clock time, we need to add 12. 12 plus 12, 24. Okay. See, here is an example. Convert 3 p.m. to 24 hours clock. So, what you should do? You should add 3 to 12. Right? You will get 15. So, in 24 hours clock, we will call 3 p.m. as 15 hours. What we will call? 15 hours. So, you have to add it. That's it. If you want to know 5 o'clock, then you need to add 5 plus 12. Then you will get to know the 24 hours clock. What we will call a 5 o'clock in a 24 hours clock. Okay. So, to convert the 24 hours clock to 12 hours, what you should do? You have to subtract 12. That's it. If you subtract 12, you will get the 12 hours clock. See, so convert 15 hours to 12 hours clock. You need to convert the 15 hours to 12 hours clock. What you should do? 15 minus 12. You will get the answer 3 p.m. Okay, so the answer is 3 p.m. This is how you have to add and to convert 12 hours clock to 24 hours clock, and you have to subtract to convert 24 hours clocks to 12 hours clock. Clear? Now, so how to find out the duration of the time? See, if we know the beginning time and the finishing time of any activity, we can calculate the duration of that particular activity. How to calculate? Let us see an example. So, Sonu leaves school at 3 p.m. and he reaches home at 3:45 p.m. How long does Sonu take to reach home? So, you have to find out the duration between 3 p.m. and 3:45 p.m. That you can also call as a time interval, right? So, for that you have to subtract the 3 hours 45 minutes from, 3 o'clock from 3 hours 45 minutes. Okay, you have to subtract. So, you will get 45 minutes. So, how long does Sonu take to reach home? Sonu takes 45 minutes to reach home. Sonu takes 45 minutes to reach his home. Clear? So, this is how we are going to calculate the time duration. Okay? Like we are by using this method, we can calculate the time duration. Let us see about this thing in detail. Right. So, just observe the clock. Once again, I am going to explain you about the clock. So, we will be having 12 numbers in every clock, isn't it? Right? 12 numbers like 12 hours clock. Okay. Now, let's see the how to now let's see how to tell the AM and PM again, right? So, the 12 o'clock at night is called midnight. Okay, you know that one, right? The 12 o'clock at night is called midnight. So, after that midnight, we'll call as AM. Up to where we'll call it as a AM? Up to afternoon 12 o'clock. Okay, midnight 12 o'clock to afternoon 12 o'clock, we'll call it as a AM, ante-meridian. Clear? And in the same way, how we need, like when we'll use the PM? I told you, right? Right? So, and 12 o'clock during the day is known as 12 noon or midi, right? So, 12 noon. And where we will use the PM? From 12 noon to next midnight, right? 12 noon to 12 midnight, we will call it as PM. Okay, 12 night to 12 midnight, we will call it as PM. PM means post meridian. AM means ante-meridian and PM means post meridian. That is afternoon. Afternoon we should use PM. Okay, 12 noon and 12 midnight do not have an AM or PM along with them. We will call as 12 noon and 12 midnight. You should know those things. Clear with this concept, children? When to use AM and when to use PM. Okay. So, this is a 12 hours clock. This is for 12 hours clock. But for so time in 24 hours clock is always read in hours. So, 1 PM as 13 hour. Okay, 1 PM will read as 13 hour. There we won't use any AM or PM. Okay. So, for example, like 2:30 PM means 30 hours. 30 hours. Okay. And 5:45 PM as 17:45 hours. 17:45 hours. Right? So, like this we'll read, see, so 8:15 as 20:15 hours. There also we are not using any PM. Okay, 20:15 hours. and 10 p.m. is 22:10 hours. Okay, 22:10 hours. We'll read a time as like this in 24 hours clock, and 11 p.m. as 2300 hours. 23 hours also you can say. 23 hours, right? So you can see here, like this we are going to read the time in hours without using any AM or PM. Okay, as I told you, to convert the time PM to 24 hours clock, we need to add. Clear? So the number of hours in the 24 hours clock time to 13 or more, we need to subtract. Okay, then you will get to know the exact time of that particular number. Okay, so this is how you need to calculate. Now let us see about time interval. Okay, so this time interval is the amount of time that has passed between the starting time and the ending time activity. Okay, so the time taken to carry out any activity is called the time interval. You should know the ending time and also the beginning time. The time which you will take in between those two, will call that as a time interval. Okay, first let us learn the interval of whole hour. Clear? So the example is, Rita went to the market at 9 a.m. She returned home at 12 noon. 9 a.m., 12 noon. How many hours did she spend in shopping? So to find this time interval, what we'll do? We'll count forward from the starting time of the activity till the ending time of the activity. Okay, you should know starting and ending time. Okay, or else we can go backward from ending time to the starting time. Now let's count forward. So first she started at 9 a.m. right? Later 1 hour, 10, later 1 hour, isn't it? 11, and later 1 hour, so 12. That is the ending time. Now count the time interval between that 1 plus 1 plus 1. So the total time hour is 3 hours. So the total time that she has taken or she has spent in shopping is 3 hours. In the same way, you can do the backward count also. If you know the ending time and the starting time, we should do from 12 now. First, you should write 12 and thereafter 11, 10 and 9. 11, 10 and 9. So, you see now, once again we will get 3 hours only, isn't it? We will get 3 hours. Like this, you have to calculate the time interval of the given times. Okay, clear children? So, the answer is Rita spent 3 hours on shopping. Okay, so let us see one more example. See, if we have an interval of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like that, how to find out? So, Aman started from his home at 8:15 a.m. for school. He reached his school at 8:45 a.m. How much time did he taken to reach school? Let's do it now. First, we should count forward. Okay, see, first you have to clear these minutes. So the starting time is 8:15 and the ending time is 45. Okay, so 15 plus 5 will get 8:20. 8:20 to 5 minutes, 8:25. 8:25 to 5 minutes, 8:30. 8:30 to 5 minutes, 8:35. 8:35 to 5 minutes, 8:40. 8:40 to after that 5 minutes, 8:45. Right? So now what you have to do? 5, 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 into 5. What answer you will get? 6 5s are 6 5s are 30. So the answer is 30 minutes. The answer is 30 minutes. Aman took 30 minutes to reach his school. How many minutes it took? 30 minutes. So this is how you should find out the time interval. Okay, we should find out the time interval. And now the third example is about hour and minutes. If the interval is in between hours and minutes, how to calculate? So Raima took an art lesson from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. For how long did her lesson last? So once again, you have to count forward first. So step 1, so count time in hours. Count the time in hours 4 to 5. We will get 1 hour. Next, count the time in minutes. So 5 to 5:30, right? 5 to 5:30. So we will get 30 minutes. So how long did her lesson last? Total time 1 hour 30 minutes. Clear? So like this you have to find out the time interval of the given numbers. Okay. Next we have finishing time, or now let's find out the elapsed time, or else we can say finishing time. So given the start time and the duration of an activity, so we should find the finishing time. Okay, so calculating elapsed time is an important, right? So even when you will travel or when you are using ovens and all in your daily life, it is very important. Now see how to find out the elapsed time in between. You can see here. See, this clock is showing the time 10:45 and this is showing the time 12:15, right? So how to find out the elapsed time here? First 10:45 to 11, 15 minutes, 11 to 1 hour, sorry 11, later 1 hour, 12, later 15 minutes, 12:15, right? 12:15. So here are some of the examples. So from these examples, let us learn about the elapsed time. So just put some food in the oven at 5:50 p.m. It needs to cook for 1 hour and 15 minutes. What time will be the ready? Okay. And a timeline. First you have to fix the starting time, that is 5:50 p.m. and later you don't know the finishing time. Okay. We need to calculate it now. So here they are given, it needs 1 hour and 15 minutes to complete. First, see, you have 5:50, okay, and we don't know what is the 1 hour and 15 minutes after 5:50. We need to calculate it now, right? So we are going to calculate that one with this method, with the timeline method, right? So 5:50 plus 10 minutes will get 6, right? Exactly 6. Next 6 to 1 hour if you take, so make it as a whole. like without the minutes, we can make it as a whole. 5:50 p.m. that will get as a 6 p.m. Okay. Now the remaining time is 1 hour 5 minutes. Add 1 hour for that, we'll get 7 hours. And now the remaining time is 5 minutes, right? So add 5 minutes for that, we'll get the time 7:05. So the food will be ready at 7:05. Clear? So like this you have to calculate. So here Krish is taking a bus from London to Paris. It leaves London at 8:17 a.m. and arrives at Paris at 3:40 p.m. How long does the trip take? So now you have to calculate the time. So the starting time 8:17. So and the finishing time 3:40. What is the time interval between these two? I have shown you how to find out the time interval in between the two times, right? Okay. Now let's see. Yes. So 8:17 plus 3, 8:20 we will get the total, like around time. So now from 8:20 plus 1, if you add, so 8:20 plus 40 minutes will get 9 o'clock, right? We'll get 9 o'clock. So 3:40, no? So that 40, the extra 40 and the less out 17 we have added first. Next 3 hours and next 3 hours and next 40 minutes. Once again we'll get the time 3:40. So the total duration now. What is the total duration in between those two? Add these numbers. 3 minutes plus 40 minutes plus 3 hours plus 3 hours plus 40 minutes. So the total time interval of these two will be 7 hours and 23 minutes. So clear? Like this you have to calculate. And calculating the dates between two dates. Let's take one example. So Sophia brother will go to tour on 7th January and will come back on 18th February. For how many days will be he on tour? Right? So now we are going to see that how many days he will be in tour. So in order to do this one, you have to find the number of days from that particular month. You should know. If you know the number of days of that particular month, then it will be easy for you. Okay, see here, in January month, we will be having 31 days and in February month, we will be having 28 days. Right? So we know that 31 days are in January, so we will subtract 6 days from 31 days and we will get 25. Okay, and in February we will be having 28 days and 18th February will come back, isn't it? So now what we should do? What we have to do? 25 plus 17, we will get 42 days, right? So in January month, 7th he left. Okay, so that means, so we have to subtract 6 days from 31 days. If we subtract 6 days from 31 days, how many days will left out? 25 days. Okay, along with that, in a February 18th he'll come back. Okay, so we have to take 17 days. So we should not consider these two. Okay, right? So we have to take 17 days, 25 plus 17, 42 days. Okay, like this you have to find out the time interval or time period in days. Clear, children? Yes. So in the same way, you have a last activity, that is timeline. So this timeline you should do according to your what are the activities that you will do. So it display display of the events in order, like in the order in which they happen. Okay, so that is the timeline. You try to prepare your timeline showing your school day. Okay, you need to prepare a timeline showing your school day, which is there in your page number 194. That is your home fun. Okay, stay home and stay safe, children. Thank you.